29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13. 12.
11.
10.
9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2. 1. 0.
Sup, fuckers. So yeah, I am back live. It's told me there was 4 of y'all, and now there's 3 of y'all, and I'm still not feeling 100% great. So that should answer that question, Stacy. How is the audio? Because I've been having problems with a lot of static and a bunch of other issues. So does it sound good on y'all's end? Because I got a horrible hum. Yeah. Thank you to Mr. Willant. That's what it's said to call him. He doesn't want to use his real name. Mr. Willant sent me a coffee cup that says I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. And I dig it. So what's everybody been doing? Honey Bear. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do know that I took a major hit in my income being gone for the better part of 2.5 weeks. So that's going to suck. I did wind up to get, I hear the hum. It's very, oh, you might hear the fan. It's currently 82 degrees in the studio, and I have a fan running. That might be what you're hearing. I have something coming that might help with that in the future. I have what's called a dry mic back. They sent me one, and they sent the wrong one, and it didn't fit any of my tripods or any of my light stands. And it's a thing that basically the microphone mounts on, and I can mount my phone in front of it and stuff like that. And it should eliminate the echo, and it should help if I want to run that fan. So you probably are hearing a hum from the fact I have an 18-inch box fan running on high, blowing directly on me because, like I said, it's 82 degrees out here. So, yeah, it's been kind of rough. Had the perforated intestine, and then came right back to. I think we did like one live feed, and I'm like, I'm back, and then I caught COVID, and I'm still fighting with the fatigue and everything from long COVID. Doctor said I can expect to be really fatigued for like the next few weeks, but we got 18 people here already. Cool. I have to give you guys an update. So while I was in the hospital, and after I came home, this knife happened to be sitting on my bedstand when I got home from the hospital. And then while I was having COVID, this is that Brad Southard Hanan, I don't remember, Hunan. And I still have a lot of issues with it, but I really will say that I like this blade. I've really gotten to where I dig this knife a lot more than I thought I was going to. Even though there's a lot of problems with it being a compression lock flipper, and the action on it is a little soft and it's easy to miss the full deployment, I do have to say that I am a fan of the blade. I wasn't at first, enough so that I came up with a way to clean the oxidation off the blade. So I can see you guys are already having the sidebar conversations. So yeah, I took the time to figure out how to get the oxidation off this blade, which led to a short because I was like, I really want to clean this up. And what I was trying really wasn't working. And I know that somebody mentioned that there's these Japanese erasers that you can use, but they have a tendency to leave you with a scuffed or dull finish on your steel, and then you have to go back and polish it. I wanted something that really wasn't going to do that. And I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? I have a felt strop that does a really good job touching up edges. I've used felt to clean. Hey, what's up, Murky? Oh, David's here too. I've used felt to clean scratches off of CDs, and I'm like, you know what? It's mildly abrasive. I don't think it'll scratch the metal. And so I tried using it, and it was kind of working. And I was like, let me put some strop compound on this piece of felt. So now I have a piece of felt that is loaded with that Gunny Glide 1 micron strop compound. It took the oxidation right off of it. And so I like the way it cuts. I like the way it feels in hand. The deployment and the lock are like the only two things. I don't like the fact that you really have to try pretty hard to get it to deploy. So it's just the fact that a flipper compression lock should not be a thing. I like it enough. I'm probably going to stonewash the titanium. So anyone carrying a warning for Wednesday? Come on now, Happy Haptics. What kind of silly question is that? Of course it's Warning Wednesday. I had this out for a video, and I'm like, shit, now it's out of the case. Now it's got to go in my pocket. So the blade seems off balance a bit. It does seem off balance a bit. The blade seems a little weird, but it's very Kukri-esque, and it does cut really, really well. It really does, David. It cuts really well. I was kind of surprised after I carried it for a while. I was like, you know, I'm kind of digging this. It does a good job on cardboard. So I did a 5 fast for Friday, filmed it today. I'm going to film a bunch of stuff. I want to try and get ahead again in case the doctor says that I do have to have surgery. I still have got to go in for some final checks for the perforated intestine. We may still have to do surgery. It just depends on how much actual damage was done inside. Supersized Ken Onion scallion. This is not a very big knife. This is a tiny little knife. So I also wanted to let you guys know there are going to be some changes to the upload schedule. I noticed that videos, I tried something. I started a while back, and we were doing 3 a.m. my time videos so that on the East Coast, when you guys would wake up, if you're on the East Coast, there was a video there available. Those videos never do well. So it's like burning an upload because I think that people see it and then forget about it and then never watch it. Sometimes they'll pick up after. So what we're going to do is at 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific. That's when the videos will go up. I haven't, David, I had COVID. I haven't, like right about the time that knife showed up and I was getting ready to do it, David. And I got the tumbler and everything here at the house with the medium. I wound up with COVID, and I'm not gonna lie, I caught COVID and I had pneumonia and I was in bed for a while. Monday was the first day I even felt like doing anything, and we went out to eat. I was disappointed, and I contacted the manager and I sent a letter to corporate about how bad our service was at that restaurant. I'm so busy getting up and getting her off to work, I don't have time to watch videos. Yeah, that's my complaint. I mean, the videos do get some views, but the fact is it just kind of feels like I've wasted, to put that much effort into something and then put it up early in the morning and then no one sees it. So I'm going to kind of follow the formula that Jared's been using, which is that like his videos go up in the evenings, in the afternoons, all of them. So I think that might work better. We'll see. And that way you've got more content and stuff going up. But we are going to look at United Cutlery's catalog tonight. David. I told you it was coming, but you hadn't got to see it yet. So let's see here. Somebody said something here. How's my wife doing after the surgery? She's doing good. She's doing real good. She hasn't had any problems since the surgery. Oh dear, what? Oh dear, what? Cognus Thorn. So yeah, we are. Jeez, it's hot out here. I've flipping sheep's foot whippersnapper right now. Whip Wednesday was all I could muster this late. The United Cutlery. Yeah, we're gonna look at some United Cutlery stuff. Vegas Forge, check it out. Go check out Vegas Forge's stuff if you're looking for if you're looking for some materials to make a knife with. Vegas Forge might be the place to go. So, yeah. So you guys want to start looking at the United Cutlery catalog? Share a screen. Chrome tab. So this, it's muggy as hell here today. It's not bad as far as like the, what do you want to call it? It's not humid or anything here. Will, I have mentioned all of those things. You just didn't hear me. You just chose not to listen. So I have mentioned that it's very light, it's very thin, and it's awesome. So this should be fun. This Norseman hasn't left my pocket or side. Yeah, it's a great knife. As a matter of fact, mine is in the waistband of my shorts, and just got a fresh edge, actually. Yeah, probably wasn't paying attention. It's a dry heat. I mean, what is the sorry about that. Oh, I can't look on that. Let's look here. What's the humidity? My watch doesn't show me the humidity. It's not that humid. What's the current humidity in San Diego, California? I don't think it's going to work. I'm having trouble with that, it says. I don't know what the current humidity levels are here. The Norseman is one of the greatest knives ever made, along with the Rast. John is a legend. I had a guy, okay, so I was in the comments section today. I went to pick my kid up from school, and I had someone tell me, it was about the intellect. Here, let's go back to this. I just wanted to, a guy was talking about, you know, don't buy this. It was the knockoff knife that David destroyed, and then I ground into dust. And the guy was like, I was like, don't buy this. It's theft. You know, it's theft of intellectual property. He goes, no, theft is charging $1,000 for a knife. It only should cost $400. And I was like, bro, you do not get to dictate the price of an item to the manufacturer. And then we went back and forth, and I realized, I was like, you know, I'm gonna stop arguing. This guy's an idiot. And I told him, oh, so here's my point. Okay, you don't go to the gas station and not pay for your gas just because you're unhappy at how much it costs. And he was like, well, yeah, but if somebody was selling the same gas for a quarter of the price across the street, I'd buy it there. I was like, see, you've missed the fucking point. It's not the same gas. Like you don't get it. Like, that guy's not, like, if you're buying a knockoff, you're not buying the same fucking product. And you're an idiot. And I was like, so I'm not even going to engage anymore. I keep forgetting. Like, every once in a while, I'll see somebody say something. I was like, that's the dumbest comment I've ever seen. And I know I should probably just ignore it and not engage, because I know the rules about arguing with stupid people. It's like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how well you're doing, eventually that pigeon is going to take a shit on the board and strut around like he won anyway. And I was like, see, you know what? You missed the point entirely, and I'm just not going to engage. And I'm just actually, like, I typically block people. Like, if you try, like, there's a lot of stuff I'll let people get away with, but if you try to justify the theft of someone's intellectual property through clones or knockoffs and things like that, even as much as I may get upset with Greg Medford, he's absolutely right. People were knocking off his knives. They were making direct copies and knockoffs of his knives. I don't agree with his approach a lot of times, but I'm never going to disagree with his sentiment. I just wish he would approach it in a way that didn't endanger his employees' jobs. you know, you got to be careful how you say things these days. It's just the rules of the road now. Like you can't say that, even though I don't believe that anyone has the right not to be offended. You know, but like I just don't agree with the approach all the time. But I'm never going to disagree with the sentiment. So, at any rate, I'd just like to remind everyone that somebody gets it. Someone appreciates me. So it's not even so much the offense thing. It's the fact that it could have been perceived as offensive. The imagery on the shirt, I didn't appreciate it with an Asian wife. I found it a little offensive. I thought it was a little old school 50s. But, you know, they had a valid point about the fact that, you know, it's no different than the political satire comics, really, I guess. But like I said, I absolutely agree with Greg's point about the theft of the property. So are they available, Mike? This isn't my cup. This is a cup that someone bought for me at like Spencer's.com and had, was it? Yeah, Spencer's. This is a Spencer's cup. This was a gift from one of y'all. I'm going to go out and knock the fuck out of my neighbor if they don't stop playing music so long. Jared is here with the 5 bones. It's Nerves Knives. So, yeah, I filmed a bunch of stuff. Thank you very much, Jared. I appreciate it. That's helpful after looking at how much money I lost being away for so long. I'm not gonna lie. Jared mentioned it. I heard him mention the fact, you know, that I was sick, and then to go check out some of my old videos and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, you lose money real quick as a YouTuber if you're not. I watched my money go in half in a period of like that, and it's not done yet because the fact is it takes a while for that build back up to where it was. I watched that income drop by half, and there was just nothing I could do about it. Like literally just laying in bed watching all of that hard work that I had done and all of that income I built up just blow away. So I do appreciate the shout out, Jared, and I appreciate the donation. Jesus Christ. It's always that one fucking neighbor. This is that one crackhead neighbor that like I came out one day and she's like out there like vacuuming out a car that the windows have been broken out on and they had fucking washed with the windows down, and she's vacuuming it with no shoes and only one sock. And I was like, oh Jesus, there's always that one neighbor. And everyone you could see it. Everybody just, when they walk out, they just look at her, and it was like 11 o'clock at night vacuuming your car. I'm like, shut the fuck up. So, hey, Cole's here. Cole, I'm gonna do your knife soon. It should be coming soon. Aiden. Thank you very much, Aiden. There you go. It's always that one neighbor. It's always that one fucking neighbor. Cole, did you see this? Did you see this? Now I can't remember. What did the guy say his name? Waylon? Waylon? All I could think was Waylon Utani, like Utani, the company. Hey, there's another one. You get a and a. I couldn't remember if I sent you a pic. Cole, I'm not gonna lie. I had a fever, like a kind of a high fever, and I was pretty sick. There's a lot of when I had COVID. There's a lot of it. It was just fucking bullshit. Like I just laid in bed and slept. I was pretty miserable. So, yeah. So we're gonna look at. I'm kind of putting it off. I should grab my mouse, but I don't have a mouse pad because I have all my milk crates set up. You guys know how I have milk crates set up here for the studio. Let's go ahead. Where's Pauline? Polly has been. Yeah. well, between the high fever I ran from the perverted intestine, the perforated intestine. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's me. I probably have perverted intestines. I'm pretty sure that you're right. I've been running a fever, fairly high fever for the better part of 3 weeks. It just sucks, man. And I still have the cough. Oh, holy crap! Where's it at? Where's the button?
Thank you for being my friend.
It's for you. That's for you, Will.
I needed one.
I would love to have a coffee cup like this on my merch store. I guarantee it would sell. Guarantee it. Thank you very much, Will. I appreciate it. What is this? USMC Ops Gladius sword, officially licensed by the United States Marine Corps. I don't know what we're even talking about or why. Let's see here. Taking care of that. Okay. Now, someone told me that that's violently loud on y'all's side. So I believe that was Cole. So let's go ahead and why, thank you, Ian. Now we're going to start looking at the catalog. I'd like to remind you guys that I can't see the chat if I'm scrolling up and down on the catalog. So I will try to play catch up. So I'm going to, I'll scroll up and down and try and keep track of where I was at in the chat, but there's a good chance I might miss your chats. I apologize. If you drop a super chat, I guarantee I will read it. Because, yeah, like Will says, support your favorite content creator. I will make sure I start reading the actual chat that goes with the super chats. Sometimes I don't do that. I post it up and then, my God, she had a quite attractive backside. Can you guys hear the music playing outside, or is it just me? So let's go ahead and we will remove this full screen. So this is what we're going to look at. We are going to go to I got to go to sleep, but I've got you running mute for the algo. You know what? I don't think on live feeds it really matters that much. You hear mariachi? No, you hear somebody always playing. I was like, go in your fucking house. You want to play music? Go inside your fucking house. So it's hard to read when the bills are in front. It's like Kennedy Christmas. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go over here to the actual tab here. Now, United Cutlery is actually a company I purchased a lot of stuff from when I was in high school. So I know that I say, I jumped into after I got out of the military, I just jumped like right into the custom knife world, which I kind of did. But the flip side of that is when I was in high school, this is where a lot of my stuff came from. So let's go ahead and see what's new on here. And I have to admit, some of this stuff is enticing and appealing because I still have that. I still have that like high school kid inside my head that drives me into purchasing dumb things. So this is actually something that, like, look at this. Let's see the more info on this. So this is using his firsthand experience as Alaska hunting guide, master hunter. So Gil Hibben is honestly a master knife designer. He is an old school member of the Knife Makers Guild. Jim Skelton and I were talking about it. He's like, you ever meet Gil Hibben? I was like, no. He's like, you're going to think he hates you. He's really stoic and just doesn't say anything. So $149. I'm not going to lie. It's not a bad looking knife. I wouldn't shy away from that at $149. I wish I could move my person here. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do this. That way we don't have to worry about it. And then I'll just bring it back every once in a while. So yeah, this is the Tundra toothpick. That's not a bad looking knife. That's actually a pretty cool looking knife. So let's go back. But these are all Gil Hibben's. These Gil Hibben 65th anniversary knife and display stand. I'm trying to remember. That reminds me of a movie knife. It might have been like one of the Rambo movies, but this is just a good solid Bowie knife right here. An Old West Bowie knife and sheath. That's not too bad. I was hoping we could jump right into the weird stuff, and we will, because here you go. This is the stuff that that United Cutlery is famous for. Just this, you never know what you're going to get on their catalog. It's goofy stuff. So this is a double-headed Warhammer XL and sheath. I don't see the sheath, but that's. I mean, come on, guys. What do you got to say? Do they have Will Smith's knife from Wild Wild West? I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see, though. Let's see here. Let's go back to this. Let's zoom out of that. I want to get into the weird stuff, because I know we're going to start running into weird stuff. And there we go. It did not take very long. I did not pre-look at any of this stuff. This is the UMC Brewski pocket knife with bottle opener. Now, I'm curious. It's assisted opening. Of course it is. It's 3CR stainless. Three CR. Can you believe that? I mean, even that shitty old timer I have has at least 7 CR. That's 4 more CRs. That's 4 more CRs. My God. That's all right. Let's get back to this. This is the Brewski, a Marine's ideal everyday carry knife with its extra built-in features. The UCMJ Brewski pocket knife with bottle opener is officially licensed. The unique knife has a 3 1/4 inch 3CR stainless steel, 3CR13 stainless steel blade. It can be deployed with a thumb stud or flipper using assisted opening. I bet it's tip down only. Or tip up only. I mean, is it tip up or tip down? Or tip? Yeah, tip down. I'm sorry. I'm not real smart today. The assisted opening pocket knife. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Lefty EDC 3CR. That's what the filler tab and clips are made of on the growler. Oh, the blade shape's not bad. Ruben, you get out of here with that. The blade shape's not bad. Look here. Obviously, you can't see it properly. That blade shape is bad. It's very bad. It's reprehensible, in fact. Let's see here. 3CR. Yeah, I was gonna say that's typical liners. That's the typical liners you would see on a knife. Let's see. We have the Honshu Historical Black. Now, that's like a price for what you would pay for a fairly decent replica sword. That's not horrible looking. I just wish I wish they had more pictures. You know what I mean? There's only one picture. Where is it made? I will tell you that I think Honshu's probably the company, but there was a company that used to make swords, Paul Chen, the Paul Chen Practical Katana, and a couple of, and I'm not gonna lie, they were really, really well made swords. As a matter of fact, I have a Practical Katana. It was one of my first like practice cutters that I ever got. I got it secondhand from somebody else, and they're not horribly made swords. So if it's like Hanway Forge, or I think it's Hanway, so it was Paul Chen or Chen Hanway Forge, they were not bad swords. I apologize. I am going to be coughing. It's exactly what I was going to say. It was Hanway. Bring back PDM. We're not bringing PDM back. I can't wear the helmet, or I can't wear his hat. I can't wear his hat, and I have to wear the headphones to make sure that I've got the proper we got to make sure that I have the proper audio and I can't listen to the monitor with the cowboy hat on. Hey, Breeze. This is what it sounds like when I record from inside your mom's vagina. Will be. I know a little bit about swords. Yeah, the Hanwei katana stuff. They weren't bad. The Paul Chen practical katana, the practical katana plus, were actually when I took Japanese sword arts here. I took it for a couple years here in San Diego, up in the Poway area. They actually would approve students to use those. So they were not horrible swords. So let's go ahead and exit this. But yeah, this is just kind of your typical fare. You got like throwing hatchets. I don't remember stuff being this expensive though on the catalog when I was growing up. Oh, there we go. The undercover Stinger, CIA Stinger 2 and sheath. That's more along the lines, $34. Then there you go. I mean, like, look at this. Come on. I'm trying to zoom in on it. I wouldn't pay that much for it. I don't know what you guys think, but it's a little expensive for something you're never going to be able to actually use. USMC M9 bayonet and sheath. That's actually probably not, they weren't the bayonets and sheaths. The M9s were not great to begin with. That's probably not a horrible price for that. It's probably right on. The best sword I have is the Cold Steel Norman sword. Cold Steel swords were not great. I do have to admit, guys, my neck and back are still bugging me. It's not in stock. Oh, I didn't say it was in stock. We're not shopping, D. I'm looking at what's on their catalog. Which, like I said, not a horrible price for that. I'm not sharpening a sword. There's no way you guys are going to get me to sharpen a sword. It's not happening. So let's go ahead here. Let's keep going. Let's go back. This is all their new stuff. A Honshu halberd spear. What is this? Ball bearing opening pocket knife in D2 steel. I got news for you guys. That's just that's pretty hideous. I wish that they had a company or country of origin on some of this. Black G10 scales. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I mean, it could be a good knife. I don't know. It could be a good knife, and we just don't know. United. Cold Steel makes the best stuff. I don't think they do. 114 doll hairs. Honshu Practice Gross Messer. It's like another one of their claymores. I'm going to have to look up Honshu brand here one of these days. There's a USMC. Is this the one you were talking about, D? Is this the one you were talking about? The Gladius? Oh, I'm not saying they don't make good stuff. I'm just saying they don't make the best stuff. They never have. They make good stuff. They make good mid-range stuff. I figure it is. They're lefty. I figured it was, but you know, you never can tell. So this is what you were talking about. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's read the write-up. Officially licensed by the UCMJ. UCMJ. USMC. Carry this. You probably have to You're going to fucking have something happen with the UCMJ. The Desert Ops Gladius sword embodies the fighting spirit of the Marines with its message, honor, courage, and commitment, which they had to change because rape, pillage, and plunder were just, no one liked that one anymore. The message is laser etched in the white on the desert tan matte finish blade, the aggressive susurrations on the spine of the 17 3/10 inch stainless. Why 17 3/10? Couldn't they go like 17 5/8? Like a normal number. Steel blade, which is just above the handguard. The grippy handle is rigid ABS handles. That's going to last a real long time. Don't leave it in the sun. That shit will fall apart and get brittle. Secured to the full tang, heavy-duty screws. It features a sharp, extended pommel. 24-inch overall Gladius sword can be secured and carried in a tough and durable nylon belt sheath. Yeah, nylon. You may as well have wrapped it in toilet paper. Big sword. Big swordy sword. So, nylon. Nylon sheath. I've never owned anything that had a nylon sheath that was not trash. UCMJ. Yeah, I got it mixed up. You get the UCMJ. I mean, you carry that, you're going to get a UCMJ violation. Probably Article 93. That's the catch-all. Let's go back here. I hate to tell you this, D, but that's fucking ugly. Cat, you could go away. I don't... Look. Hey. You can't... No. I don't want you up on me. I heard a knife snap, and it wasn't me. I'm curious. Here you go with another winner right there. The USMC Desert Off Sawback Kukri with sheath. Is it a nylon sheath? Yep. 600D nylon. That'll last you about 3 days. It'd be like an Uncle Mike's. Be like trying to... It is loud. What is loud? I don't know what that popping sound is. It's not me. I'm not messing with a knife. So I'm not gonna lie. They got us some holsters one time that were like Uncle Mike's nylon holsters, and you're talking at like expeditionary combat. So these guys. We went through those holsters in like, they didn't last a week. Like they were just like an Uncle Mike's floppy nylon holster, and in and out with an M9, and all it had was, it wasn't even like a retention holster. It was just a shitty leather or like nylon holster. And I'm like, what the fuck? We all went and bought our own like drop holsters, the good ones. We bought Tag and Blackhawks and stuff like that. We bought our own holsters because what they kept issuing us was just like the worst fucking garbage Uncle Mike's nylon holsters. They were fucking horrible. Never had anything. And I was like, oh yeah, because Velcro, that's tactical. What is this? This is a solar charger and bank for $58. Guaranteed it's garbage. I've never had one of these fucking rechargeable power banks, save one that ever worked that had a solar panel on it. I've got one that's a really nice one, and it opens up, and it's got like 3 different solar panels that open up, and you use a stick to line it up with the sun, and it actually will charge itself in about 3 hours. You got the Hibben Red Whirlwind pocket knife for $81. I can tell right now I would hate it. Look at all that jimping. Get all that jimping on that flipper tab. Or I mean the lock bar. Hot trash. I hate heavy jimping on a lock bar. It's just uncomfortable and it's unnecessary. Unnecessary. Blackhawk holsters. Well, the Blackhawk holsters were better than the shit they were giving us. Sheaths out of PVC pipe. I bet that's cool. I bet you could do it. Schedule 40. I bet you could make a pretty good sheath out of some Schedule 40. Like a 1-inch Schedule 40. Flatten it out, put them together. 42 people here. Yeah, drop it. Hit that like button, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. There's another Gil Hibben, and then you've got this USMC Blackout Combat double-edged sword with nylon sheath. I mean, that is, I guarantee that all this stuff has got a nylon sheath. That is ridiculous. Apologize, guys. I'm still suffering here. So this is a Bushmaster backcountry. Let's see. I bet it has a genuine leather sheath. It has a strap, snap. It's probably a shitty leather sheath. I wish they had a picture of it. 1065 high carbon steel. That'd be something I would, that would probably hold up to a good bit. Those aren't horrible specs. And you have this Bushmaster tracker knife. I remember this. This is that throwback to that movie, The Hunted. My buddy Tino has one of these, and it's horrible. So let's see here. Buttmaster backdoor poopery knife. Yeah, seems logical. Look away. It's perfect for their target buyers who are in junior high. This is true. I was in high school. I was in high school when I looked at most of these knives and bought stuff for United Cutlery. Now, this is something cool. I've always wanted to get to see an actual one of these, and I don't need one of these steel remix. I mean, like an actual Braun Kopesh sword, the old Egyptian swords. These things are really, really cool looking. I've seen them in like museum exhibits. I've always wanted to see an actual like bronze one in person. I watched a video of a guy making one. It's kind of cool looking. I don't know why they appeal to me, but they are pretty cool looking. I always wanted to see one. Let's go ahead and hide that. Let's see here. Let's go back here. What's the next page? Is there another page here? Or what the fuck? Well, I guess that's only things that are new. You guys want to look at? Let's see. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Samurai 3000. High quality adult collectibles from the future. Screaming Arrow triple thrower set. So you get 3 of these. $17. Add to cart in stock? Yes. That looks horrible. Yeah, you guys are absolutely right. This is the stuff that I am going to go grab that mouse real quick and see if I can't figure out a way to use the mouse. Hang on just a second, guys. I'll be back in just a second. My wife is going to flip out when she comes home. She is going to poop. She's going to get upset when she comes home because I'm using one of her good cutting boards to put a mouse pad on in my lap so that I don't have to keep reaching up because it hurts my neck. So there we go. What's this say? I want it. Looks like a throwable vibrator. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Will. I mean, all vibrators are throwable. It's just got to throw it. You guys want to hear a story? You guys want to hear a vibrator story? If you guys, all it takes is one person to say yes, and I'll tell the story. This is a shipboard story about like on a co-ed ship. Tell 2 stories. I'm just going to tell it. Let's just go ahead and do this. So the first story is a buddy of mine named Odumegu. Digajegu Odumegu. He was from Zaire. One of the best dudes to hang out with. That dude was amazing. I loved hanging out with Odie. he was one of the dudes that I truly, truly loved hanging out with. The dude was just like, he was the color of my shirt. And he had this really deep voice. He spoke with like that South African accent. And dude, you got overspray pussy. Like if you went out with Odie, you were going home with a chick. That's just all there was to it. Because he had that voice and he had the accent and chicks dug it. And he was a great dude. Like chicks really dug it. And he was a lot of fun. And so you would go out with Odie and you were going to get laid. Like chicks would get with you because you were with him. And, but Odie was a nut and he had this great big dildo, like this black mamba. Like it looked like it needed a handle. And he had it on the ship. And when he would come back drunk, he'd chase people with it. So one time we had this dude, I can't remember the dude's last name, but Odie takes this thing. He sees him in the berthing. And he's like, hey, motherfucker, and swings this thing, this big dildo, so hard that it sounded like a firecracker went off. It hit him across the back, hit this dude across the back. And like, this dude lets out a squeal. And Odie runs back and puts it away. And I'm like, why do you have that? And he goes, for that. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why you even have that? And I turn around and I look, and this dude is like walking back and he's like, God damn. And he turns around and he has this welt all the way up his back. And Odie had hit him with it so hard, you could see the veins on his back where he hit him like from shoulder blade to kidney. Whack! Like it was a sword. And he literally had the imprint of that thing. And no joke, you could see the head of it and you could see the veins. And I was like, oh my God. He knocked the wind out of this dude with like a 2.5 foot long dildo. So, but the vibrator story is hilarious because on my second ship, I wound up being the chief master at arms for a while, which is you're like the ship's sheriff, basically. You're the only law enforcement on the ship. That's your job, master at arms. Because we had lost our master at arms and I was the senior guy that was a duty master at arms. And so it was my job. And with that, you had to do inspections on the berthings. So one time we had to do a health and comfort inspection on female berthing, which meant that they had to open up. And it's just something you do occasionally. It's make sure that there's no contraband and things like that. You do them occasionally. You don't do them all for the entire crew. You just pick like berthings or things like that. And so health and comfort inspections, just to make sure that there's nothing that's going to hurt anyone else. No illicit items and stuff like that. So I go down to female berthing. I was like, got to do a health and comfort. Everybody open your racks and all this stuff. And everything was going great. And I come by this one little girl's rack and she opens up the rack. And I just see this look on her face. And she's like trying to like, I was like, you got to let me in. I gotta look. I have to look through everything. And she's like, GM1, please. And I was like, I kind of have to. And so I'm moving stuff around and I was like, I'll let you move the stuff around. If you don't want me to touch your stuff, that's fine. I get it. But I have to see everything that's in your locker, like your coffin rack. And she starts moving stuff around and I see this massive vibrator, just big. And I was like, oh my, like I'm embarrassed. And I see it and it's got a cord on it. And she's looking at me and I was like, I'm not going to take that. It's not against the rules for you to have that. There's no rule against it. I was like, but you have to go get it electrically safety checked. And she's like, GM1, I can't take that up there. And I was like, if you don't get it safety checked, if you don't have the electricians check it to make sure that you're not going to get electrocuted or electrocute anyone else with it, I am going to have to cut the cord. And she's like, are you seriously going to make me take it up there? And I was like, you have female electricians that live here with you. And she's like, no one knows I have it. And I looked at her, I was like, do you honestly think that you plug that thing in and run it and they don't know you have it? I'm surprised that the people that live upstairs don't hear it. I'm just picturing the scene from like the Naked Gun where they, that's all I'm thinking. And I'm like, you seriously think that the people that live in this berthing with you don't know you have that? I was like, let's be honest here. You know that they do. I'm surprised that they don't complain that you're keeping them up at night. So she got an electrically safety check, but you said throwing a vibrator. Like this thing was massive. It looked it looked like my canister mic. I was like, I'm just going like fucking shaking her fillings out and shit. So, okay, there we go. There's story time halfway through the live feed. And we'll see how I feel. We'll see how I feel. We might do a full 2 hours or we might just cut it short. But I just want to remind everyone that that's right. She's sanding a kid. She was so embarrassed. And I felt bad because like I was embarrassed for her. And I was like, good God. What the fuck are you doing? Are you fucking building cabinets with that? Like, is that how you sand? It's like an orbital sander. What the fuck are you doing with that? Kind of don't want to know, but she wasn't unattractive. So in my head, I was kind of like, maybe I'm curious about it. But I was like, but I'm married, so I'm just going to leave it be. Put the electric baby back in. I mean, she was pretty shy about it, and I got it all figured out. I didn't let anyone else know for like about 15 minutes or so. I didn't tell anybody who it was, but I definitely told the story. But I didn't let anyone know. Like I kept my mouth shut who it was. Let's go ahead and go back here. Whew, that was I just but the one with Odie with hitting that dude. Odie's also the dude. Sorry, back to another story. Odie is also the dude that first time I ever saw him run a PFA, a physical fitness assessment. I was fast. I had run for years. I love to run. I ran the 1.5 miles in like, I forget what it was. It was quick. I ran a quick 1.5 miles, and Odie sprinted the entire thing. Like I thought I was fast, and this dude was done with his 1.5 miles by the time I had finished like the mile. He was a 0.5 mile ahead of me, and he ran it bare feet on concrete. And I was like, good God, at a dead sprint. Like didn't even slow down. I was like, Jesus Christ, Odie. I was like, that is the fastest I've ever. I was like, you're not even running in shoes. And he goes, you think that was fast? You should see me run from a lion. Apparently, he would run to his grandmother's house to pull water for her every day. And I was like, so you ran to your grandmother? This is in Zaire when he was a kid. He would run barefoot from his village to his grandmother's village that was 12 miles away and draw water for his grandmother from the well and then run home and do the same thing for himself. And I was like, the dude was running 24 miles every morning, like every morning. And he's like, yeah. And then I would have to come home and do my chores. And I was like, you ran 12 miles, pulled water from a well, filled your grandmother's like water cistern up, and then ran home and did your chores? He was like, every day, 7 days a week till I was 18. And I was like, why till you're 18? He's like, that's the soonest I could get the fuck out of there. I was like, God damn. Yeah. You meet some interesting dudes in the military. Bro, his feet were fucked up. So let's go ahead. Sorry. But I was like, yeah, like I'd never seen anything like that in my life. So one of the best dudes. I love that dude. That was my, like, I was really upset when he transferred. Let's see here. That was, what's Black Legion? What's Black Legion? Black Legion. Oh, this is ridiculous looking. You guys want to see him ridiculous? That's ridiculous. $12. Black Legion mini covert assisted opening pocket knife. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I just don't get it. That's like wiping before you poop. That makes no sense. Let's see what else they've got on here. Brands, that was the black. Combat Commander. Let's look at Black Ronin. Black Ronin, what do they got? Ooh, there we go. There we go. There's the shit I was looking for. There's that ridiculous garbage gothic throwing axe. Gothic throwing axe. Do you guys see? Look at that. I'm sorry. That is ridiculous. I laughed so hard I spit. I just spit. Guys, is it cooler in here than it is in the house? Because I have the cat and the dog out here. And I'm not drinking coffee. I'm drinking orange juice. I probably have to quit drinking. And I don't mean just for like a few days or anything like that. Like pretty much I have to quit drinking. The doctor's like, you can have a beer occasionally. Like maybe a beer or two a month. And I was like, Doc, I don't know if that's going to work for me. I was like, Doc, I don't know if you know this. I have a podcast called the Beer and Blades Podcast. And he goes, you call it whatever you want, but it's like, unless you want to lose like 18 inches of your intestine and shit into a bag for the rest of your life, you know, hey, maybe you want to stop drinking. I was like, I think we'll quit. I think we'll quit. I think that's what we'll do. So I have a 40 of Miller High Life and a tall boy of Mike's Hard Lemonade that I'll probably do as a giveaway for the paying members. I'm sorry. So here's the thing. Like I've quit drinking before. I haven't had anything to drink since I went to the hospital for the perforated intestine. What was that? About a month ago. So looks like something for the grill. You're absolutely right. That absolutely does look like something you'd use on your grill. Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it, Nick. The problem I have is I honestly enjoy having a few beers occasionally, and I think that's going to be the end of it. And I got to be careful with the devil's lettuce because that makes me eat things that are off schedule. I can't ever have, as it stands right now, I can't ever have, this one kills me. I can't ever have peanuts or almonds. And I can't have strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, which those right there, I've just named 4 of my favorite things to eat. No, I can have tacos. It just really sucks. Peanuts are like one of my favorite things. I do have to say that one of the subscribers sent me that package that had the dried peas in it, and I have the sriracha peas. I do like those, and I am allowed to have those because they're just freeze-dried peas, so they don't they digest a lot better. So actually, there it is, Kyle. I actually blocked someone. They pissed me off. They finally pissed me off. They were talking. They kept pulling that shit, and he was like, "Oh, this in the soup and this and that." And I was like, "You know what? Like, I had 2 life-threatening illnesses in about, a 2-week period. Why don't you let it be?" And they kept going, so I blocked them. Poppy seeds, any seeds, which sucks because I love poppy seed muffins. You can de-seed the fruit. I'm not going to the trouble of de-seeding blackberry. You can't do that. Like blackberries, there's just no way. Like you can't de-seed blackberries. The whole thing is seeds. There's very little fruit in a blackberry. It's mostly seeds. So really, really sucks. Let's go back to this. United Cutlery. Yes, chocolate-covered espresso beans are the shit. I found out, I thought that the chocolate-covered espresso beans that the guys handed me a bag of because they didn't like them. I didn't realize they were actual coffee beans. They got them at a Starbucks in Hong Kong, and we're walking around. They're like, "I don't like these. You want these?" And I ate a couple of them. I was like, these are delightful. And I was like, this is great. And I ate the whole bag and then couldn't figure out why I couldn't sit still. Well, I mean, then at that point, it's just blackberry juice, Stacy. That's just silliness you're saying there, Stacy. I'm not like I don't want to. Why not just get juice? I was making fun of the whole scenario. I won't keep it up. I'm glad you enjoyed. Yeah, it was great. And so I bought actually 2 big cans of the. I bought 2 big. Actually, I got a macadamia nuts because macadamia nuts just kind of break down so much. Like they don't stay. They digest much more readily than peanuts. Let's go ahead. Let's see what else they've got here. Black Ronin large axe. This is basically I have a knife like this. This is basically a hunt down. This is just a garbage, like a $28 knife. These are horrible. Let's see what else. Straight razor. That's not a straight razor. Tactical Black Ronin 10 Combat Wakizashi sword with injection molded sheath. It's a whole bunch of shit I never thought I would ever hear myself say out loud. It's like when you have kids. Do not try to put the cat's tail in your mouth. Just things that you never thought you'd hear yourself say. What's Rampage? What do they got there? United Cutler Rampage stiletto in black. That's a piece of crap. Let's see here. What else? What else we got? Let's go back to brands. We already looked at the Samurai. What's Night Watchman? I bet there's at least, we're going to find at least 1 Kubotan on here. And I would say probably in the Night Watchman section. Oh, I was close. We may still see one. Nope. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? I believe that is closer to looking like a sex toy than the other stuff we talked about. I see nothing but kinky twist. See, that's what I said right here. Kids are financial cancer. I cannot argue. My daughter is currently at Pilates, which is why I'm like, I looked at how much money I lost by being sick and not making income on YouTube. And I was like, wow, I'm going to have to sell something. I'd like to say probably have to sell my kidney because I know how much I used to drink. There's no way anyone's buying my liver. It's really hard and big, and I roll it around in a wheelbarrow. Jesus Christ. So yeah, there's that. Sword cane. Those are illegal in California. What the fuck is that? That's a Night Watchman Jaeger mace. Nothing should ever be called Jaeger except Jaeger, and no one should ever drink it. I'm a horrible person when I drink Jaeger. A Scrumma fighting stick, Joe staff, bow staff, premium adjustable walking cane, Night Watchman survival staff walking cane, sword cane. I kind of thought I may be wrong. We may not see. Let's see. Combat Commander. No, those are just shitty knives. All this stuff is just trash. I thought for sure we'd see a Kubotan. Ooh, what's here? Oh, we already saw most of this stuff. Jesus Christ, guys. This is it's a tactical harpoon. You need a tactical harpoon. Okay. The stuff I see on here is the equivalent to stuff that I would expect to see Matt Carricker pull out in his intros on Demolition Ranch. Like when they're like sitting around a table and it's like 3 of him. This would be this is the Knife World equivalent to the crap that you see in Demolition Matt's Demolition Ranch intros. I have, and I used to. I've been to Battle Axe San Diego. I have a tomahawk around here that I used. There's pretty freaking good. So that is well, that is ugly. That is ridiculous. I've seen half this shit at truck stops. Does not at all surprise me, Chuck It. Does not at all surprise me. Call me Ahab. Has anyone here actually read Moby Dick? I mean, besides me, I'm not trying to insult anyone's intelligence. I'm just asking because I really think I need to break that book out and read it again. I have not read it in years. Yeah, that's pretty hideous. This is all trash. So what that was M48 Tactical. What haven't we looked at? We looked at Black Legion. Yeah, that was every time. Combat Commander. Yeah, we looked at that. Night Watchman, Rampage. Let's look at just United Cutlery. What do they got? Ooh, I have this. So, guys, I actually have one of these here at the house. I have this at the house, and I have the belt for it. We will do a video about it. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm honestly just trying to figure out how we go about doing that video without looking like an idiot. It's up there, and I have the belt for it. It did make an appearance in a quick video one time, but I'm not gonna lie. I cut the shit out of myself with it. It is really sharp. So it's a long book. I am feeling better, a bit better. I'm definitely still not 100%. I'm not gonna lie. The fatigue after COVID is no joke horrible. The fatigue during COVID, I had Omicron, almost Armageddon, whatever it was, the one that's the newest one. The back pain was horrendous. No, Mike, look like an idiot. Make a great satire video. Well, I already cut myself with it. But I still have the long-term fatigue. I have, like, no joke. Today's the first day where I have not taken a nap at lunchtime. Like, I thought everything was going good. Monday, I filmed a little bit of stuff. I got partway through the day. And I knew we weren't going to do a live feed. And like 1 p.m. hit, I was like, I'm fucking done. And I told my wife, I was like, I don't know if I even want to go out to eat tonight. She's like, well, it's the Father's Day thing. And I was like, I don't care. And so I laid down and took a nap and woke up, and I'm like, okay, I feel bad, but I don't feel bad. Yeah, that's great. You don't have a fucked up immune system. Good for you. Happy for you. Jesus, Mike's collecting them like they're Pokemon. You need a recommendation. Go to, I just did that knife, that Pikal knife. And I have a full video going up about it. It's called the Fang. Reach out to Steel City Cutlery on Instagram. Tell him I sent you. Tell him you want the little Pikal knife. It is a great self-defense tool. And a lot of people are like, you got to be kidding me. You're recommending the knife as a self-defense tool? That Pikal knife, I in all honesty, I like Bastinelli knives. I think that Steel City Custom, or that Steel City Cutlery one, is great. Hang on a second, I'll grab it. It's sitting right over there. Watch out, Pat. I don't want to step on you. Give me a second, I'll grab it for you and show you. Because I am going to do a full video about it, and I do like it. As much as I like the Bastinelli stuff, I think this one is just, oh shit. There, I dropped the mouse. I dropped the rodent. This one is nice and compact, has a very good sheath, and the best part is the grip on it is just perfect. So this is Steel City Cutlery, and he's on Instagram. You could probably reach out to him. The Yojimbo is, but like most knives, the Yojimbo and stuff like that, they're going to require a little bit of training. Something like this, it's in your pocket. It's got the ulti clip, clips on nice and tight, straight up and out. And then like across the ribs, if somebody's on top of you, like you're hitting ribs, like everybody knows how to do this. And so with very little getting used to it, this would be a great addition to a self-defense tool. And I've talked with the guy over there. It's a great little tool. Training is for amateurs. D, are you one of those guys that subscribes to the method of when all else fails, dig the instructions out of the trash? So I've seen a lot of Pacals. I've never really had use for one. I've never carried one, but of the ones I've seen, I think this one probably is. Oh, nice. Is it top or bottom edge? It is bottom edge. So as you've got it like this, you're just pulling in. You just reach out and pull, reach out and pull. It's like having a claw. And like I said, it sits nice and compact. It's pretty handy. I don't read instructions. Yeah, I mean, pretty much any knife could be a self-defense knife in a pinch. You know, the best one is the one you've got. So let's go back to this because I definitely want to look back at this this stuff that they got. So I do have one of these. I'm going to do, Tino gave it to me. He got 2 of them from Bud K. That's another website we're gonna delve into one of these days. So let's go ahead, head back. Knife roll. Actually, that's not a bad looking knife roll. I may invest in one of these. Lord of the Rings scabbard, metal glow polish paste, 50 cal bullet folding knife, and a lightning bolt triple throwing set. Let's see. Is there anything we missed? Any of the brands that we missed? What didn't? Oh, we didn't look at the Hobbit. What do they got? The Hobbit stuff. Officially licensed Sting sword, and you have to buy the sheath separate. You have to buy the sheath. Hang on a second now. This seems to me like a money grab. That seems silly because let's go look at that again. $146 for the fucking sheath? The sword itself is already how much? $249 for the sword and $146 for the sheath. I mean, it seems to me that those two those two should come together. $377 for the sword here. Where's its sheath? Does it come with a sheath? This one doesn't get a sheath, I guess. This is just some ridiculous shit here. The Hobbit Sword of Fifi. Oh, I'm sorry. Feely. Oh, this is just $412, $397. This is all just... Okay, I wouldn't mind having a helmet. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind having an elf helmet. Sword of the Bard Bowman. That's actually a pretty cool looking sword. Currently unavailable for purchase online. That is a cool looking sword. I'm not gonna lie, that actually is pretty cool looking. I think Spyderco as Hobbit knives. My Sage 5 is Coint. I have hard cases, but if I was going to put them in a roll, I would definitely I've used knife rolls before, and yeah, they do beat your shit up. So what I usually do is I put the roll down and then I put a towel, and then I roll it up. It keeps them from hitting each other. So let's go ahead. Let's go back here to Lord of the Rings. Well, I mean, there's some other stuff here. This stuff is like, this is not, okay, here we go again. There's another Sting scabbard. Oh, see, look at that. Currently, most of this stuff's unavailable for sale online. Scabbard is $317. These must be some actually pretty well-made items if they're charging that much. Wait, the Horn of Gondor? And it's $320? That's ridiculous. Some of this stuff is pretty expensive. I was not expecting it to be that much. I did not expect it. Don't forget the Dune sword. We're gonna have to go back to the front page to look at it. Same, I buy towels. I buy the towels in the car section, some microfiber towels. They're cheap, they last forever, and they look good. Yeah, that's. Don't forget to get Dune. We're gonna do the Dune knife. We're gonna look at it here in a minute. Let's see here. That looks like something. That looks like a Mongol helmet there. All right, so let's go ahead and. I don't see the Dune stuff on here though, so let's look at the Expendables. I think that was our last. There's the Expendables 2 buoy. I mean, it's just that Western buoy with the Expendables handle. That's the only difference. The one we looked at on the very, very first page. Legionnaires buoy knife, and then a 3-piece kunai throwing set. So I think we've looked at everything on here. Let's go look at the... Yeah, I don't see the Dune stuff on here. I saw the Dune stuff on the front page. Designers. Kit Ray. Oh, we didn't see this stuff. It's not like it's worth looking at. And brands. Guys, did we miss any of these? Rampage, Combat, Colombian. I don't think we saw Colombian. Nah, we didn't, but there's nothing really worth looking at there. It's finally down to 77 degrees out here in the garage. Here we go. Let's go ahead and look at this. So this is the officially licensed Dune Chris knife. This is not, I don't think this is metal. I think this is probably just a resin cast. Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably going to be a resin cast of some sort. Let's see. United Cutlery Chris knife of Paul Atreides is an exact reproduction of the actual filming prop used. I'm going to call bullshit. I've never seen one of these that was a actual perfect replica. The replica is intricately crafted of high-quality poly resin with a precise molded details, rich coloring, and a metallic finish on the handle. It can be displayed on a polystone wall display, which is sculpted in the form of the hawk sigil of House Atreides. And a certificate of authenticity is also included to assure customer of its value and officially licensed status. $264. That's all they got on it. That's it right there. Let me oh shit, that's not what I want to do. Sorry about that. Full screen. And get rid of that. So there you guys can see. We'll go back, we'll look at it again. It's not great. I mean, I guarantee it looks good in the picture, but it's probably still going to come back looking real plastic. It's going to be plasticky. You're probably going to still have mold marks and stuff in it. how in the fourth Dune book they're making cheap plastic replica Chris knives. That's right, they were. It wasn't really plastic. It was plastisteel, wasn't it, that they were making them out of? Let's see here. I have not watched, so D, I have not watched the new Dune yet. I'm going to. I'm going to watch it soon. My sister said it was really good. I read the books. I love the books. I like the old 1980s version. The 1984 one that old boy didn't even like. He hated that movie so much that he had it as a William Smithy film. He did not want to associate himself with the. Well, hello, kitty cat. He didn't want to associate himself with that night or with that movie. He didn't think it was going to be. I actually liked it. I liked it enough that I own it. I own the original DVD version and extended version, both on DVD. I own the Blu-ray theatrical release, and I own it digitally. I have to honestly say, it was one of the first movies that my dad brought home from like after work from a video rental place that like we all watched together. And that's why it kind of holds a special place for me. My dad rented it and we watched it at home and had popcorn and stuff like that. So, I mean, it holds a special place in my heart, but I also have the Sci-Fi Channel's miniseries Dune. And I also have the Children of Dune miniseries on I have them both on DVD. So I think I've seen every movie version of Dune that there is out there. So yeah, that's what I was going to say. I have those on DVD. They followed the book a lot more true. The thing with the 1984 version was the guy that was directing it just wanted to absolutely not even like, he didn't read, like the whole production was all fucked up. Like they didn't read the book. They just kind of basically took what they wanted and did the book their own way. And I'm like, it doesn't follow the book, but it's still fun. I have never watched a single episode of Breaking Bad. I saw the scene. So if you guys saw the thing that I posted up on Instagram with Thanos and the dude that was breaking up the stone, the crystal, that is the only scene from Breaking Bad I had seen. And that's why that little clip made me laugh so hard. And that's why I put it up. I've never even seen a full episode of Breaking Bad. Not one. I saw that scene. And then I saw that the thing with the guy busting up the Infinity Stone and snorting it, that someone had edited together. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Like, I got that reference. Never saw a single episode of Breaking Bad. It never appealed to me. Everybody's like, oh, you should watch it. I'm like, I really don't think I want to. Like, at this point, I don't have the kind of time to invest in not Bellevue. I was in Coshocton. Yeah, we had movie rentals. We had family. We had a place called JW's Videos. I wonder if okay, I have to look it up. JW Video was in Warsaw, on the way to Warsaw, Ohio. Let me pull that up. Hang on. Oh my God. Is it still open? JW's Electronics has got a website and it's still, holy crap. It's got a Yelp. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. This place is still there. You guys ready? JW Electronics, Coshocton, Ohio, is still there. and it has a Yelp page. Coshocton, Ohio. This is where we used to go, and this was like the biggest, this was the biggest video rental place. That is hilarious. When was this review? Visit the T-Mobile store, the stuff, sales lady approached. So at any rate, so when we were a kid, this was kind of far away. But this is where we used to go to get videos because they had the biggest selection. Like it was a full-on like video store. It had a huge selection. And I remember when you would go in, the first thing you saw was the video, the poster for the movie Krull, Krull, K-R-U-L-L. You know, the thing with the guy holding the looked like a shuriken with all the blades on it, and the castle in the back with the monster's face and the girl. And then as you went and you took left, that's where the Street Fighter movies were. The old Sonny Chiba Street Fighter. I still remember that because you would go out. My dad was like, no, you're not renting those. I never watched any of those movies. It was always where I went. They were right there. Sonny Chiba, Street Fighter 1 through 3 were always, as you came in the door, you saw the Krull, you took the left, and it was like this one little shelf that stuck out about 3 feet and stuck out. And that's where there was some martial arts movies, and the Street Fighter movies were right there. And then it just went the whole length of the wall. Top, floor to ceiling was just video. What did you got beat up behind JW's in 1991? Are you from Coshocton? You got to be bullshitting me. You're bullshitting me. Because you know what was behind JW's? The road was behind JW's, and behind the parking lot was the river, Tuscarawas River. It was a gravel parking lot. I watched Game of Thrones up through season 7, then my husband died, and that's what we did together, so I never finished it. Oh, I'm sorry. I own Krull on DVD. I have so much stuff on DVD, and I have movies on DVD that you can't get, period. You can't. This is the biggest thing. This is the worst thing. I know we're off of knives now. We've kind of digressed. One of the biggest problems with being able to find movies that you enjoyed a lot of times isn't that people don't want to watch it or that the movie wasn't popular so they didn't release it. It all comes back to music license. It all comes back to music license, and then they can't release it because they lost the license to that music. And I'm like, you know what? This DRM, these DCMA claims and all this stuff, like you don't have the license to that music anymore, so you can't re-release that movie, is ridiculous. If you had permission to use it in the initial production of the movie, then you should be able to re-release that movie as many times as you want with the music. So there's a lot of stuff that you're not going to find, and I own it. I own several movies that people have I own the original Dolph Lundgren Punisher on DVD. And people are like, I own Escape on DVD. And you won't ever be able to find it because they have never re-released it on Blu-ray or anything like that. I have Dogma. You can't stream Dogma. The movie Dogma, the Kevin Smith movie Dogma. Never going to see, when those DVDs rot and they go bad, you're never going to see that movie again. Because they just they refused to, they were like, well, you have to repurchase the license. I'm like, why? You had permission to use it when the movie was made. You see what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. We've gone too far with I understand that artists need to make their money, but the fact is they made the movie. They released the movie. And now you can't, and that's why you can't find the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie. They can't re-release it. I have a DVD that was released overseas, and the fact is, you're never going to find it on Blu-ray. You're never going to see these movies on Blu-ray. National Treasure. I think National Treasure you can still get, but I don't think it's on Blu-ray. I own some stuff digitally that I'm surprised that is. There is a movie that my father truly loved called The Red-Headed Stranger. And this is the TV released version from a TV channel that is now on Prime, and I bought it because I was like, they're going to take this off. But once you buy that digitally, like even if it comes off of Prime, you still can watch it. Even if it's one of those things like, oh, it's subscription only. I own it. There's a handful of them. I've done that. So yeah, there's a handful of movies that you just can't get anymore. In plastic cases. Guys, I still own shit on VHS. I don't even have a VCR anymore. I still have shit on VHS. So yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff. Burn. I don't have a DVD burner anymore. I don't. Ooh, it's getting cool. It's cooling down. It's like 76 degrees. So let's see here. So yeah, we're going to probably, I'm going to go back to trying to do the Wednesday catalog videos like we did tonight. We'll find some goofy stuff. You guys know of I'm going to put up a poll of what catalogs you guys want me to do next. I'll do it in the community tab here in the next few days. I am trying to get Alex Steingraber to come on Friday. We're working it out. I can't promise anything because Alex is busy. You know, he works and then he's got, kid time in the afternoons. So we'll try and work it out. But I know we're going to do Bud K. Yeah, definitely we're going to do Bud K. But there's a lot of other weird catalogs that we could go through, like Sportsman's Guide and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do another night. I'll just not use the microphone. And we will watch Cutlery Corner Network again. We'll do that again because that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that. We haven't had a good evening of watching Jod. Maybe we get done with this. If you're a paying member, maybe we get done with this. The paying members and myself will go into the Gilded server and open up the Cutlery Corner Network chat and bullshit about what we're watching on Cutlery Corner Network Live. Does that sound fun for you guys that are paying members? Guys, the paying members do get a lot of benefits. I haven't been doing a lot for them right now because I've been sick, but I definitely like that. We haven't done it in a while. It is a lot of fun. We just open up that chat. So the server's got different rooms, like chat rooms. And I set one up specifically for us to watch Cutlery Corner Network and just chat about what they're showing and stuff like that. Yes, Jod, our favorite coked up salesman. You guys want to do that after this? You should watch Chud. I own Chud. I own Chud on DVD. I own Chud on Blu-ray. And I own Chud digitally. I can watch it anywhere I want. Happy Warrenclyffe Wednesday. Guys, I got to go and get some throat lozenges. I'm still having some sore throat and residual stuff. Plus, I'm tired. Tubi has a lot of old movies. My sister, my family back home got YouTube TV, which you can share with your entire family. There's up to 6 spots. She's like, look, we only got the 2 spots that we're using. And so my mom has one, and then my sister and her husband have another. So she basically gave me access to her YouTube TV. I am not going to lie to you. That is probably the best. That's probably the best deal you're going to get. YouTube TV is great. There's a lot of on-demand stuff. There is. I just watched so much MythBusters because it's video on demand, but there are commercials. But there's a lot of movies. There's live TV. There's live sports. If you want to watch sports ball, so it's a pretty good deal. I use YouTube all the time. And for a streaming service for TV, it's pretty, oh, hey, check it. I love the fact that I love the fact that one of the Wet Bandits from Home Alone is in Chud. He plays the guy that runs the soup kitchen, and I was like, has he always looked that dirty? I'm like, he always looks dirty. Like even when he's clean, he looks dirty. So, well, here's the thing. I'm not paying for it. I basically got it for free. Do you think you could get Greg on? I'm not putting Greg on here. I disagree so vehemently with Greg about like how he runs his business that it just would not go well. And I don't mean the whole thing like the t-shirt thing. My thing is like how he treats customers at shows. Greg can be a complete and utter shit to customers, and I don't dig it. Like there's no excuse for it. Just a case in point, so you guys know. The one that really put me off was the time that he had a bunch of like Marines worship Medford knives because he was a Marine. And he had 3 very obvious Marines that were at the table, 3 or 4, and they wanted to talk to him, and they were talking and all this stuff. And he looked them dead in the face and said, "I'm not here to answer your fucking questions. Either buy a knife or get the fuck out." And I was like, oh, well, fuck you, Greg. And like, you just see these guys that were like, what the fuck? And then he turned his back on them. And I was like, bro, they were going to buy whatever you had. They just wanted to talk to you for a minute. I was like, that was the one. This shirt and all that stuff, I'm not going to get into all the controversy that goes around it. Do I disagree with it? Yeah, I didn't really like it. Did I think it was horrible? It wasn't great. But I would not argue with his sentiment that, yes, people definitely did steal his designs. And yes, they put out fake fucking Medford knives. And I've seen some, and they were horrible. And so, yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't like the fake Norsemans that are out, the ones that were done in Hong Kong that I showed you guys and I tore apart. I don't like any of that. I don't like anyone having their designs stolen. My big thing with Greg comes from how he treats people in general. I mean, I'm a dick. I'm an asshole. I know it. But I've never looked at someone and said, I'm not here to answer your fucking questions. Fuck off. So, okay, so I talked with Alex over at Outdoors 55, Alex Garland. He and I are definitely going to do it. We have shared phone numbers, and we have been talking. Alex is trying to get internet set up at his house. As soon as he gets internet set up at his house, we're going to do it. Alex Steingraber and I are going to do it. And I told Jeff I wanted to, Tough Thumbs. I told Tough Thumbs that I wanted to get him on, and he was cool with it. But I know he's been busy, and Blade Show came up, and he had to rebuild his shop. So I was giving him some time. So I definitely will be getting with Jeff over at Tough Thumbs. So we're going to have some pretty good guests. I got to talk with Alex. It was great getting to talk with Alex. I've never actually talked with Alex on the phone. Alex Garland, that is, Outdoors 55. Every interaction, though, I had with him online was great. And I'm not going to lie to you. He's every bit as nice on the phone as he is if you talk to him like in the comments section of his videos. So it's a lot of fun. And I really dig his channel a lot. I told him, I was like, I feel as though like that whole video, like knife reviewers like, oh, it feels good and this and that. I was like, I feel as though you were kind of calling me out. And he laughed. And I was like, you know, I know I do that. But that's typically my first impression stuff. There is a lot that goes into the testing, and you guys don't see a lot of it, but I definitely do put a knife through its paces. I think you've seen some of that. Yeah, I want to get with Jim too. Having Jim on again would be great. So, all right, guys. Well, it's been an hour and 40 minutes. I am really getting tired. I apologize. Like I said, I've been real sick for a long time. So I think we're going to call it for the night so I can go get some rest. But I am feeling better. I want to keep doing this. I don't want to push it too hard and wind up in the hospital again. I definitely don't want to get sick. I don't want to violate my diet. I did on Monday. We went to a steakhouse. I'm not going to name the steakhouse, Guys, we went to the steakhouse. They screwed my daughter's order up twice. I didn't find out until later that my wife didn't get the side order that she ordered. She just didn't say anything because I was already getting frustrated. And my food came out cold. So, like, if I go there and you screw up everything, I'm gonna be less than enthused. And my wife was like, please. She just looked at me and like she saw me get mad. She was like, please just don't yell. And I was like, okay, because this was my Father's Day dinner. And so I called the lady over and I was like, look, you guys, like, this is getting bad. My food is ice cold. My daughter's food got screwed up 3 times or twice. And it still wasn't right. Like her stuff wasn't done the way it was supposed to be. And she was missing like her barbecue sauce. And then they screwed up my wife's order. And I was like, and my food was cold, like cold. Not even like it was cold. And I was like, I'm going to need to speak to your manager like right now. And the guy came over and was like, what can I help you with? And I was like he's all over at the counter, like leaned up, like posted up, watching TV. And I was like, I didn't know that was a manager. I thought it was just some dude hanging out. And I was like, you're just standing there, like you're not walking around and making sure things are going good. And I told him what was going on. He says, well, you know, it's kind of busy. And I looked around. I was like, this place is fucking empty. It's a Monday night. It's empty. Like half of the restaurant is empty. And you're telling me it's because you're busy? No. And I was like, I'm not paying for this. It's like, I'm not paying for this. And I would like the number to corporate. And so I made a complaint to corporate as well. It was bad. Like I typically don't pull that like bullshit Karen stuff. Like I let us see our manager, but I was like, I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for this. It's just not good. I didn't even bring my leftovers home. So I am going to get off of here and I'm going to pull the Cutlery Corner Network up here while I tear down the studio and we'll watch it. And then I will probably join you guys when I go to bed. So we'll stay on there. We'll keep watching. I'm going to go to bed soon. I am worn out for the day. Guys, I sharpened 25 knives on Monday. I sharpened 10 knives today. So if you have knives here at my house, they are done. The problem is I'm not allowed to drive. Not allowed to drive right now. So I'm having a hard time getting to the post office. I'm going to get the wife to go. I am still on some medication that affects equilibrium. It's something they want to keep me on for to help with the motility and keeping everything pushed through in the intestine since I had the perforation. And it definitely screws up my equilibrium and I'm not allowed to drive. So I can't even take my daughter ice skating tomorrow. So I'm supposed to come off of it tomorrow. And then I can start driving. So Friday, maybe Monday, I should be able to make it run to the post office because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. And then the 2 items that I gave away to Campfire and Plenipote when we did the little black Schrade giveaway and the flashlight. So, yeah. And I just didn't even do the giveaway for the paying members on the Gilded server yet because I just know I can't ship it out. So, guys, all you that donated, I appreciate it. I love you all. Make sure you check out the videos. I put up videos. I put up a video that went up this morning. So from now on, videos are going to go up at 1 my time, 4 my time. So if you're on East Coast, that's 3 and 7 East Coast time. I think that's going to help a little bit with views and stuff like that. But if you didn't watch the videos that went up, I've done a couple videos that really I don't think anybody realized I was putting videos back up again. And YouTube has a tendency to not send the notifications. So feel free to go watch the 2 Fast Fives. I did 3 Fast Fives this week. So yeah, Fridays is going to be fun. Friday's video is 5 Fast, the 5 most expensive knives that I own. So you're going to see the 5 most expensive knives I own. So yeah, guys, I love you. I'm going to end this. Take it easy. Like I said, everybody that donated, I definitely appreciate it. It is most appreciated. But just being here, I dig it. So go find those other videos, give them a like and a view, and I'll see you all later. I'm going to I'm going to do a countdown on the way out.
29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13. 12.
11.
10.
9.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2. 1. 0.
Good night. I will see you all next time.